Alright guys, so we have another busy week ahead and we have a new fresh update that I am going to be diving into today. I'm sorry I have a late update. Again, it's been a pretty busy week with school, but I'm trying my best to get these out for you guys. But yeah, we got another storm system coming through. So really all this activity is going to be late next week. As you can see, we also have a potential severe weather event that could move through the deep south and possibly the southeast as well, because you see they strengthen a little bit later than when they usually do, according to this HRRR model. So we'll go to the FV3 high resolution model. And we're taking a look at California, the West Coast, and pretty much the whole western U.S. So, we're looking at this massive storm train that's been just chugging across, just the whole western U.S. And this is gonna be impacting most, if not all of Northern California is gonna receive, I think, at least 3 inches of, I don't know, you could say if it's going to be rain, snow. If it's the snow factor, it's going to be multiple feet of snow. And then, freezing rain, ice, it's just all of this. You see, still, as of 9 a.m., so we're not even there right now. We'll put this to where we are. Right now it's 2:30, so put this to 2. You can see you have another low pressure starting off the coast, but your main low pressure has already dissolved, so it should stop raining by the early evening hours of tonight. It's definitely, it's definitely ending. So if you guys are, sick of this precipitation and just want the sun to come out, I'm sure it'll definitely, be gone soon, and then tomorrow morning you could have a glimpse of some sun, but I'm afraid to say another storm system will move through after this one, but we have to get to that later. So you see you have, this is all in the upper elevations of Northern California, but you could definitely see in some of the cities and towns of Northern California could experience mostly snow and some rain, and then this will actually start coming north, and then the backside of this actually forms, this low pressure actually strengthened and actually it will power these storms. And you can see you have thunderstorms now starting up here. So on the whole western coast of California, you can see some onshore thunderstorms, but very close to the beaches. But for a little time period, you could have possibly even a small severe weather event in these storms, because you see these aren't those just lines of storms that sometimes move through. These are strong thunderstorm cells, like how you would have in the deep south. So we gotta watch this, and this is gonna be very interesting. So your time frame for these storms are, I'm gonna say, alright, let's say to 9 p.m. tonight, because today's the 7th. And then I'm going to say like 4 or 5 a.m. on the 8th. But you're still, that doesn't mean the storm's over. Look at all this snow, and then you still have heavy rain here. Parts of Southern California could experience some of these storms as this kind of lingers in the next few days, but this will just break apart as your only low pressure system kind of just moves north, and then I'm thinking that this could form a small low pressure system that will briefly strengthen this, which it does not. So it'll just detach and then dissolve, and then this high pressure is just sitting there in Colorado and will kind of just take over. And then you have this little new system that'll creep up and then, become a new factor of these just insane amounts of precipitation that California has been experiencing. So we're going to get to that later in the update. So we're looking at now the snow totals, and this is the European model, so we have the Euro up here. Let's take you to, I guess, Seattle, Washington, Arlington, Omak. All these areas have been experiencing snow and rain, both snow and rain. Because you see, you have these reds. I mean, this is like 3 feet and 9 feet. And this is in a lot of areas. And we're taking a look at the GFS right now. I mean, I want to take this to Seattle. Because Seattle is a city that experiences a lot of rain. You see 0 inches here. But you could definitely, I think a lot of people would disagree with me. But you could see some lake effect snow in the Seattle area, just because you still have this low pressure off the coast and you have this precipitation. And I just think that Seattle's a place that's like on the border of rain and snow speaking in temperature. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there would be a few inches falling in Seattle, because then you go east of Seattle. And now you get into the 64-inch range. So this is like 5 feet of snow. This is incredible amounts of snow. And look how far this stretches. I mean, this is the European model, with the European model showing a incredible system that just stretches all the way down. I mean, this is crazy. You still have your low pressure spinning on the coast. Off the coast. This low pressure hasn't even made it inland yet. And then you have this new one that will be quickly moving towards the coast. But I mean, this is nuts. I mean, your low pressure hasn't even reached the coastline, and it's snowing like 5 feet. Now look at all these upper elevations and interior parts of California. 4 to 5 inches. That's, after I show you guys 5 feet, this is still a competitor for, the highest snow totals. Briefly, we just hit 60 inches. Yep, 60 inches right here. I'm thinking that these are mountains, but let's see what cities are around here. So, Reno, Nevada. So Reno, Nevada, Carson City, these areas. So in between, let's put it in between the city. You got 43.9 inches. So any of you living in the city will experience multiple feet of snow. Just look at this line of snow. I mean, these are a lot of mountains. You see here the kind of cracks. I mean, these are mountain ranges, but I mean, these are Yosemite Valley. I mean, this is a big city. Yosemite is a big city. And you got 44 inches. Mammoth Lakes, 67 inches. I mean, you're closing in on 6 feet of snow. 70 inches. We just hit 70 inches for a brief point. Right here. And this is the European model. We still have 3 more models that I want to show you guys. But I just want to make sure you all know that, I mean, this is not a storm you want to mess with. And you don't want to, you don't want to say, oh, Vincent, Mr. Swarm showed on the European model that we could get like 6 feet of snow. It's not meaning that this isn't a forecast. I mean, it's not like a forecast. This is a update, and we're tracking the storm. This isn't like a forecast is when we tell you guys what we're predicting to happen. This is just what the model runs are saying. So, I mean, this is not what's definitely going to happen. Just want to make sure you all know that. But, you see, I mean, as I move this up, the lowest we get is 40 inches of snow, which is like in the area of 3 feet. So it's just a lot. But you see, as you move into Fresno area and these bigger cities here, you realize that you have, you know, no snow. So this is definitely all because of these mountain ranges. As you see, um, as we zoom in closer, you can see the outline is different than, you know, these cities. But I just want to make sure you guys all know that this storm is going to bring a lot of snow, like a lot of snow, but also a lot of rain. All right, that's going to do it for the west. But right now, this is the last part of the video. We're going to talk about these newer storms that are going to be kind of just riding the jet stream here. And it's a lot of stuff that we're going to talk about. And I did say, though, that we're going to check out 2 more models for the snow totals. I'm sorry, I did not check any more models. I closed the tab already, but we still have the GFS that we can show on here. So put this to our total snowfalls and go to regions, and we'll get your western US up here. You can see it's slightly less, but this is 1 p.m. We gotta put this to like the end of this thing, which I guess is gonna be probably January 11th. I mean, just look at this. 16 inches, 39 inches, 44 inches. The GFS is showing a lot less snowfall, but you can tell that both models are showing this just line of like multiple feet of snow. And this runs all the way down from Washington into central Oregon and then interior parts of California. So I guess if you wanted to say, you could also say that this runs down most of the West Coast. But I mean, look at this. Look at all this snow west of Seattle. Seattle's like right in here, and this is all snow west of Seattle. And these whites, you can see match up with this 45 inches here. So this could definitely be a lot of snow. When you see a tiny pocket of very heavy snow, like kind of next to a lake, you could have lake effect snow for sure. So this could actually be lake effect snow showing up here on the GFS. But take a look at your cities for your snow totals. Again, this is not a forecast. This is just showing you guys the model runs and seeing which ones say this, which ones say that. So it's just all this stuff that we're taking a look at. Okay, so here we'll just pull up the whole U.S. here. Oops, that's a little bit too much. And here we go. Okay, so we're starting out. Let me start it to. Yeah, I guess we could put it. Let's put it to 1 p.m. I guess this is Tuesday. So this is your Tuesday. You have a little bit of low pressure that will almost bring a Clipper-like storm, possibly to the northeast. So we'll first track this. If you heard any coughing in the background, sorry, it's my little brother. He's pretty sick, but you can see that this strengthens once it moves through. But this will give a lot of these areas some snow. Not heavy for all. I'm not even going to look at the snow totals, but you can see you could have some flakes flying around in the morning and night. Well, you could have snow falling in Monday night, and then into Tuesday morning you could still have some snow falling. But if you drop a little bit farther south, then let's say New York State, maybe even Long Island, you'll definitely have mostly rain. But the border I was just talking about could have, I would say, a mix of both, just because you don't have stable cold air, because this warm air is gonna kind of just bump up, and this doesn't this isn't strong enough to sustain enough cold air to make it snow. So you have another band of precipitation starting to kind of creep into the west coast. This one's another big one. I mean, as you can see, you have already very heavy rain just off the coast of California, and then this also stretches into Canada. But you got in Washington State, you could definitely have moderate to heavy snowfall amounts. So that'll move through, and I also want to mention this piece of low pressure. And this could definitely be a very dangerous severe weather event. I mean, look at all this. I mean, this is a lot of precipitation, which is usually what shows what it looks similar to what would show up on the GFS when there actually was an ongoing severe weather event. But I mean, this is 5 days out, so we still have a lot of time and just a lot of just a lot of time to forecast this, and this will start moving northeast at a slow rate. It's not going to move very fast, but it's going to make it into the northeast in probably 2 days, probably from its starting point. So Tennessee could have, not its first severe weather event of the year, but possibly one of its first major severe weather events of the year, because this is showing a lot of deep oranges and reds in parts of western Tennessee. So Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, and even Arkansas will definitely have a good shot at severe weather. And then let's move into the southeast and still has severe weather in Georgia, Mississippi, and then a little bit of Alabama. And then once this starts hitting this cold air in the northeast, you can see you have a now transition of ice and snow. So you have ice in Virginia, North Carolina, and then snow in the upper elevations and mountains, the Appalachian Mountains of Virginia, and then snow, ice, and freezing rain all in Pennsylvania. So you can see this now moves in the northeast, and it's really just a hit or miss if you will say. You have the warm air dropping south. So if you have precipitation in a spot where the warm front's still in that area, you'll most likely have rain. And then if you're in a place where when you have this cold air, you'll most likely see snow. So it's another one of these storms. And this moves through with just enough warm air to recreate another low pressure system that could, if this lifts north, this will bring this cold air with it. So you could have a lot of snow in the interior parts of the northeast, and then a big rain event for the east coast. But if this moves north, this tracks north, then I think there's going to be a lot of snow in here. And then off the coast, it's going to be a lot of rain. Because you can see this dips down very far down south. So even in areas of Tennessee could have some snow, and then this quickly just lifts almost straight up and just goes right north. It's a very sharp transition or sharp cutoff for rain and snow. And this is showing right now, the GFS is showing that this is going to track north. So like I said, you don't have as much snow as I thought, but look at this, just massive amounts of rain moving all the way from, almost down south in Florida to the whole east coast of Maine. And then, like I've said a billion times, the whole east coast. So it could be a huge rainstorm for the whole east coast, but only, the cities and areas that are hugging the coast, not, the interior parts of the Northeast. These guys are still in this dip in the jet stream of Arctic air. This is what's going to help produce the factor of some snowfall in these areas. But, you're not necessarily going to have crazy amounts of snowfall, but you definitely could see a few inches possibly fall. But again, I don't know for sure what's going to happen. This is just the GFS model run. So this obviously isn't like a forecast. This is just what the model run is showing. And this moves out. And you got another piece of low pressure that moves in. This is January 15th. So this is very far out. Got another big almost storm train again that could move through the west coast. And they have another piece of low pressure that could be severe weather, and the two storms kind of break off. And yeah, so I'm not gonna go that far. I'm just gonna end the video now. Thanks for watching this update. If you haven't already, like, share, comment, and subscribe if you are not if you're not subscribed to the channel. I'll keep you guys posted on these on the latest model runs for these just new systems that'll move through, and then we'll also track those storms I was talking about in California and see if these could be any severe. So thanks for watching this update, and we'll catch you in the next one. See you guys.